Hello friends, welcome back. If you have not watched one of my videos before, I am Martha Barnett and I'm a Blue Status presenter with Younique, and I'm just going to do a quick tutorial today. Yesterday I went live in my group and talked about brushes. So today I'm going to talk a little bit more about skincare because it's winter. And wow, I don't know about you, but in the winter, my skin gets really difficult to take care of. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as I just get ready for the day. So I'm going to start out with toner. And I know people tend to think toner is only for those with super oily skin, but that's not true. Everybody needs a good toner. Whether you have oily skin or like me, super dry skin, you still need a good toner to kind of balance out the acidity in your skin. It freshens up your skin, sort of wakes it up. It really helps to minimize those pores. I have that right around here, even though I've got super dry skin. Next, I'm going with my day moisturizer. And I want to talk a little bit about the Uology skincare line, because this is really unique. I know, play on words there, unique, right? About a year or so ago, Younique was the first company. Clinique followed right behind them, but Younique was the first company to come out with personalized skincare. So what you do is you buy your base product, say the moisturizer, and then you choose boosters, which are little tubes. I don't think I have any laying right here right now. Maybe I do. Yeah, here's one. You buy boosters that look like this. And basically what you do is just add the contents of this booster to your base product. They send you a little stirring stick that looks like this in the packaging, and they give you all the directions for it. And you can choose up to 3 different boosters for each product. So for my moisturizer, I chose hydrating, obviously, wrinkle and line minimizing, because of course I'm 56 years old. I've got wrinkles and lines. And then the other one that I chose, I believe, was brightening. I really like the brightening serum and what it does for my face because my skin is dull because of my age. I feel like that helps bring back that glow that's missing from my skin because it's aging. So those were the 3 that I chose. You can do the same with your cleanser. You can do the same with your nighttime moisturizer. You get to personalize your skincare with 3 different boosters to add into your product, and then you just mix it in. And so you become your own little mixologist, your own little chemist, and it's all personalized just for you. So if you're in your early 20s and you've still got issues with oily skin or acne, large pores, then you can personalize it with those kinds of boosters. If you're somebody who's outdoors a lot, you can use the EnviroShield, which is for environmental damage to your skin from being outside. There's all different boosters that you can choose for all the different products. So I really love that about it because so many skincare lines are just one size fits all. And let's face it, a 20-year-old is not going to have the same skincare needs as a 56-year-old. And trying to weed through all those skincare lines and all the skincare products and find what's good for aging skin is difficult. I think Uology takes all the guesswork out of it. There's even a little quiz on our website that you can go through and answer the questions, and it will suggest boosters for you that you might want to choose based on the way you answer questions about your skin. So I really love that about it. Now let's talk about winter skin. Right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put primer on. Right now, a lot of people are experiencing dry skin because of the cold weather, the high heat indoors. It tends to dry your skin out. So you need a good moisturizer. And I always recommend a daytime moisturizer and a nighttime moisturizer, even for those people with oily skin. Now, obviously, you're going to choose different boosters, so your moisturizer is going to be very different from mine. Mine's going to have lots of extra emollients, lots of extra hydrating chemicals in it, moisture boosting, because I have such dry skin. One that you pick for an oilier skin is not going to be as heavy, and it's not going to have as much of those ingredients in there. But you still always need a daytime moisturizer and a nighttime moisturizer because let's face it, during the day, your skin loses moisture. And your skin's a living organ, just like any other organ in your body. So you really need to take good care of it. There's one thing I regret. I always see these things. What would your older self say to your 20-year-old self You know, if you could go back and give yourself some advice, one of mine would be take better care of your skin. Being a redhead, growing up, I grew up in a family of brunettes, so I didn't know anything about skincare. All of my family tanned really well. They didn't need sunscreen. I burnt, and I've got so much skin damage, so much sun damage from when I was a kid and even into the teenage years. I used to go out and tan all the time as a teenager because everybody wanted to be tan. That's what looked good. I used to put baby oil on, and I did a lot of damage to my skin. And now I'm paying the price because I've got tons of sun damage along my sides of my face right here, under my cheekbones. I've even got a patch right here, which is like a precursor to skin cancer, which my doctor has to treat. I've had so many places I've had to have frozen. I call it the sand blaster. You know, when the doctor takes that to your skin and has to remove those patches because they're the start of skin cancer. I've had so many of those taken off my face already. So my suggestion is take good care of your skin now. Buy the products now and spend good money on skincare. Don't skimp. If you're going to skimp somewhere else. Don't skimp on your skincare. You want to take great care of your skin while you're young. Believe me, when you're my age, you will thank yourself. Okay, I'm putting on foundation now. I'm just putting a couple drops of liquid foundation on my Kabuki brush. Yesterday, as I talked about brushes, I talked about how important a good brush is. And I suggested spend some good money on brushes. Spend some good money on skincare. Once the damage is done, it's very, very difficult, if not impossible, to erase it. Sure, you can have those laser treatments, but they're costly, they're painful, and like me, it tends to come back. My doctor has taken this spot off numerous times and it comes back because the damage is really deep. And yes, you can lighten those dark spots. I have a cream that I use to lighten those that my doctor gave me. But it's not going to do away with the problem altogether. I'd have been better off if I'd have just taken good care of my skin to begin with. All right, now to add a little blush. So besides the moisturizers, the other thing that I use every day is the cleanser. And again, a good cleanser is important. I find that cleansers, again, it's not a one size fits all. I've bought cleansers before and they were too harsh. They completely dried my skin out even more and made my skin feel tight and really uncomfortable. And obviously that wasn't the answer. And then I've used cleansers before that I felt like didn't even clean my skin. In fact, I would clean my face. I have one of those little facial brushes, and I would use the cleanser and I would wash my face. And then I would take one of our cleansing wipes. I don't have any in here, but Younique has the little cleansing wipes. They look like diaper wipes. They come in a little package. You can use them like at the gym or when you want to quickly clean your face. I would use one of those after I had used my cleanser and washed my face, and I was still getting makeup off. So obviously it didn't really take everything off. Okay, next up, I'm going to use my cheater method of doing my eyebrows. I use a brown eyeshadow because that's the easiest way to match my brows, which are not the dark brunette eye pencil and they're not the medium brunette eye pencil. They're somewhere in between with more of a reddish tone. It has a lot, this brown has a lot more red to it than black, which is exactly what I need to match my eyebrows. So, and I need to color my eyebrows strictly because I have so many grays and white hairs. My brows actually are in pretty decent shape. They're pretty thick and full, and my stylist shapes them up for me every month and does a really good job. So I don't really need to do too much to them. It's just that I have white and gray hairs that I need to cover up. Now I'm using that same brown eyeshadow and I'm using the other end of my brush, which is flat, and I'm using that to line underneath my lower lashes. Because I like to get a lot of use out of one product. All right, next up, I'm grabbing our liquid eyeshadow. This is in the color Businesslike, which is a super neutral pale pink, a rosy kind of pink color. Sorry if you hear the clicking. One of the beagles just came in to visit. And see what's going on. There we go. Sorry, that's hard for you to see because I'm leaning down into my light there. All right, now I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and just buff that out a little bit. Notice I hold my brush clear at the end because that will give the lightest application to it. Now I'm going to take a flat brush, a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use this color, which is called Crafty. It's kind of a grape color. And I'm going to put that right in the middle of my lid. Crafty happens to be one of my favorite colors. Not a color I ever thought I would wear. And when I started in Younique, I just bought a bunch of different colors to experiment with. And I think this one's been retired. I'm hoping they'll bring out something very similar in the next round of new colors that they bring out. Okay, and then I'm gonna take a very dense, blunt brush. It has very dense bristles, and I'm gonna go back to that same brown that I used. I think it's called Marvelous. I think this one's still available. I'm gonna go back to that brown and just barely touch into it, and I'm gonna go right here on the corners of my eye, on this outer edge, and I'm gonna make sort of a V shape. There we go. And then I'm gonna go back to my big fluffy brush and just gently blend it a bit so my colors don't have a definite start and stop line, so it's not real obvious. All right, on to some mascara. I'm gonna use the Twisted Epic, and I'm gonna use the top brush. This one actually has two brushes. There's one, it's a skinny little brush, and then below the silver cap, there's the regular brush. So you actually get two brushes in one. But I'm gonna use this top brush because it's tiny, and I'm gonna use that on my lower lashes because it's just right. For getting those tiny lashes, especially the ones on the corners of your eye that are hard to reach. I'm gonna grab some lash primer. And talking about taking good care of your skin, you also want to take good care of your eyelashes. Your eyelashes are hair. So when you use the primer, it not only is going to prime your lashes so that your mascara will stay on longer and it will make your lashes thicker and fuller, but it also conditions your lashes. It has conditioners built in. So they moisturize your eyelashes and keep them nice and soft and flexible so they don't get stiff and dry, just like your hair would. All right, I'm gonna go on to 4D mascara. And while I'm doing that, let's talk about taking care of your lips in the winter, because this is another super important one. I don't know about you, but I get really, really dry lips in the summer. Oh, listen to me, I'm dreaming of summer. In the winter, I get super, super dry lips. And I'm gonna show you a couple of products that will really help. As soon as I get my mascara done here. I like to put on 2 coats. And if you've ever heard me talk about the 4D mascara, remember the brush is 2-sided. So you need to do it one direction and then flip the brush over and then go back the second time. Because one side has longer bristles that'll help give you length, and the other side has dense bristles which will help get the thickness. All right, now let's talk about lips. Here is one of my absolute favorites, and that's the lip exfoliator. Now, this is the peppermint one that we had at Christmas time as a special. We also have the regular, which to me is kind of like sugar cookie, but it's basically just a gritty, how do I describe it? A gritty paste that you apply just like lipstick. And then you can rub your lips together or even take your finger And this will help get rid of all that dry skin. You ever have little chunks of skin that like hang off your lips? I hate that in the winter. This not only tastes wonderful, this one's pepperminty but sweet. Wonderful. So that will make your lips so much smoother. I use that every night before bed. When I brush my teeth, I just go ahead and use the lip exfoliator all winter long. And then another one that I recommend are the lip butters. These were a special before Christmas, and I believe they're bringing these back as part of the regular line. This one is a neutral. It's called, find the color, Casual Friday. And it looks brown, but it's really not that dark. But these lip butters are super moisturizing. They are pepperminty as well, because they were a Christmas item. But we had them a few summers ago as a summer item. And when they say lip butter, that kind of gives it away. They're very smoothing. They give just a tiny, tiny hint of color, but lots of emollients, so they're really going to moisturize your lips and keep them from cracking and drying out so that you don't have to use the lip exfoliator as much. So that is it. I'm going to just add a little bit of setting powder. I have this new setting powder that they just came out with. It's actually called Prime and Set. You can use it as a primer as well. And I've got this nice new big huge fluffy brush. I love this setting powder because it goes on really cool. It feels cooling. We had it in the summer, a couple summers ago as a special, and they reformulated it so it lasts longer and brought it back. And wow, it feels so good going on your skin. And it'll help your makeup stay where you put it all day. All right, my friends, so that's it. Taking care of our skin in the winter, from our eyelashes to our lips to our skin, on our face. If you have any questions about any of the products I talked about today, please drop them down below in the comments. I know I can't see the comments when I'm live, but I promise if you put comments on there, I will respond back to you. And as always, I am here to help if you've got any questions, or if you'd like a one-on-one consultation, I do those too. All right, thanks for joining me, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.